Hello guys and good day. This is the part 2 of our lecture in our module 5. Now this involves all of the problem solving in gravimetric analysis. Okay. Discuss ko lang guys yung mga formula ni discuss natin sa part 1 ng ating discussion. Okay, there are three formulas involved in terms of gravimetric analysis calculations. Pero hindi lang basta tatlong formula. There are many more and many approaches in terms of solving a gravimetric analysis. Mamaya makaka-encounter kayo ng linear equations in two unknown in terms of solving a gravimetric analysis problem. Okay, unahin na natin yung gravimetric factor. Is the ratio of the molecular weight of the analyte all over the precipitate times A over B, where A and B is the stoichiometric ratio of the analyte and the precipitate. And if you wish to calculate for the weight of the analyte, just weight of the precipitate times the gravimetric factor. Okay, expand this further. Ipasok mo ito dito. Ayan, and you will get the kwan natin. Makukuha nyo yung weight ng ating analyte. Okay, na-discuss ko naman yung expanded form ng formula doon sa may part 1 natin. So, hindi ko na lang isusulat. Isusulat ko na lang mamaya kapag kwan. Okay? And the next naman natin, guys, is the percent analyte. Percent analyte is the weight analyte all over the sample. Okay? Times 100. Okay. Now, dito naman is ang kwan natin dito ay ito, sinulat ko na rin naman yung expanded form ng ating analyte, guys. Expanded form niya. Sinulat ko na, so don't need to discuss. Okay, punta na tayo sa may exercise problem number 1. Set up the gravimetric factors for the following. Okay, now let's do this sa may paint natin. Okay, ano daw yung mga gravimetric factors for the following? Whereas, okay, for our number 1 here, yung Fe daw natin, ito yung analyte natin, yung iron. The precipitate is the iron 3 oxide. So, paano kaya yan? Diba sa may gravimetric factor, it is the ratio of molecular weight of the analyte all over the precipitate. So, molecular weight of Fe all over, okay, molecular weight of Fe2O3 or ferric oxide times, so ano kaya yung multiplier niyan? Okay, ilagay na lang natin siya dito guys para mas papadali, para maging redundant na. Ilan ba ang stoichiometric ratio ng Fe dito para maging equal yung ratio nila? Diba? There are 2 ions while 1 here. So, that is 2. Yan ang ating gravimetric factor for our number 2. And if you wish to calculate, kung gusto niyo ilagay yung numerical value niya, okay, ilagay niyo lang na 55.845 grams per mole, ayan, times 2 all over the molecular weight of the iron oxide, which is 159.66 grams per mole. Mamaya, magka-calculate tayo ng mga numerical values niyan. Pinakita ko lang guys, na yun yung applications nito. Okay, number 2. Yun daw ating ferric, yung iron, as iron 4 tri-iron tetroxide. Tapos yung precipitate natin is iron 3 oxide. So, sulat na lang din, molecular weight of the Fe3O4 all over the molecular weight of Fe2O3. Sir, bakit nasa taas yung molecular weight? Diba molecular weight dito sa atin? Molecular weight of the analyte all over precipitate, and then analyte. Ito yung analyte natin and precipitate as analyte. So, paano kaya yan? Ano ang stoichiometric ratio nila? Ngayon, hahanap kayo dito ng possible ratio na mag-equal yung values nila, such as, kunwari, 3/2. So, paano kaya natin may equal to 1 yan? Siyempre, kung anin mo lang yan na 2 times 3, ma-cancel is equals to 1. Kasi nga, there are 3 ions dun sa may numerator and 2 ions sa may denominator. Para maging 1, ayan o, 2 times 3. So, ganyan yung gravimetric factor expressions ng mga ng ating number 2. Okay, for our number 3, ang analyte daw natin, guys, is yung magnesium oxide at ang precipitate natin is Mg2P2O7. Okay, sulat na lang din, molecular weight of the analyte, which is the MgO, all over the molecular weight of the Mg2P2O7. So ano kaya ang stoichiometric ratio nila? Okay, ang titingnan niyo dito guys usually is yung metal cation natin. Okay? Ibig sabihin, there are 1 magnesium here and 2 magnesium here. So, times 2 siya dito. Okay? So, ayan yung mga sagot natin. Ngayon, tanggalin natin ang ating piring dito at tignan natin kung tumama ang ating sagot. Tignan natin kung tumama. Okay? Tignan natin. And voila. So, tumama. 2 molecular weight of Fe and then Fe 2O3. For our number 2, 2 molecular weight F3O4 and 3 molecular weight ng ferric oxide. And then for magnesium, 2 MW and MgP2O7. So that's how you set a gravimetric factors for the following. So take a screenshot, guys, so we can proceed on our next problem. Okay, let's do this again. Number 2. Okay. Number 2. Sample problem number 2. Okay. Calculate the weight of barium and chlorine present in a 25 grams of barium chloride. So, ang hinahanap nyo daw dito, guys, is the weight of the barium and yung weight ng ating chlorine. Ano ba itong mga to? Sila yung mga analyte natin. Okay? Analyte natin. Di ba meron tayong formula kanina, guys? In order to calculate for the weight of the analyte, ito yung formula natin. Ayan, oh. Which is the weight of the precipitate times the gravimetric factor. Ano ba yung precipitate natin dito, guys? Ito yung 25 grams of barium chloride. Okay, sulat lang natin. Let's calculate for the weight of barium. Now, ano yung precipitate natin? Barium chloride. So, 25.0 grams of barium chloride times the molecular weight of the analyte, which is the barium, and molecular weight precipitate, which is the barium chloride. Okay, let's solve it further. 25.0 grams of barium chloride times the molecular weight of barium, ilan daw yun? 137. And saan ba natin makikita yan, guys? Sa may periodic table. Sinipag lang kasi ako magsulat, ay i-type. Kaya ako nilagay yung atomic weight ng barium natin. Okay, pero nasa periodic table yan, guys, yung mga individual atomic weights. So, atomic weight ng barium natin, 37.33 grams per mole all over the molecular weight of our barium chloride, 208.244 grams per mole. Okay, so may stoichiometric ratio ba sila? Wala. Kasi nga, guys, 1:1 yung ratio ng ating analyte with respect to precipitate. So let's calculate for the value of it, and we will have the answer of, okay, meron tayong 16.49 grams of barium. Okay. So how do we calculate for the chlorine naman daw? Okay. Calculate na natin yung chlorine natin. Okay. Weight of the chlorine is equals to, di ba? Weight of the precipitate, which is the barium chloride, times, okay, so shortcutin ko na dito, guys, ha? Molecular weight ng chlorine natin times molecular weight, mamaya ko na pala siya shortcutin, of barium chloride. And as you can see, guys, dito tayo gagamit ng stoichiometric ratio para maging balance. Okay, since there are 2 chloride sa may ating barium chloride and 1 lang dito, so times 2 tayo dito. And so therefore, 25.0 grams, okay, barium chloride times the molecular weight of chlorine, which is 35.457 grams per mole times 2 all over 208.244 grams per mole. And ang equal na, guys, ay ilan daw? 25.0 grams times 35.457 times 2 all over 208.244, 8.51 grams of chlorine natin. So those are the weight of our analytes. Ngayon, tignan natin ang answer dito sa ating natin. Tingnan natin. Tingnan natin ang sagot kung tumama ba tayo. And the answer for our problem is ayun. Tumama tayo guys. The mass of barium and chlorine. Na-express lang siya sa mass. Kaya F. So ayun. And that's how you solve for the weight of the analyte. So take a screenshot guys for the following problem or the solution to our problem. Ayan. Take a screenshot. And take a screenshot so we can proceed to our next problem. Okay. Now let's proceed to our sample problem number 3. Okay. Okay, the problem says, in precipitating silver chloride from a solution of silver nitrate via addition of diluted hydrochloric acid, 2.5 grams, the precipitate is obtained. Calculate the percent chlorine in a 5 grams of sample. So guys, ito, ang problem natin na to is in a problem siya ng percent analyte natin. Okay? Ano ba yung formula ng percent analyte natin? Okay, titignan ko na dito. Percent analyte is the weight of the analyte all over weight of the sample times 100. There are two methods in calculating here. Pwede kayong mag-shortcut method or pwede ninyong isa-isahin. But I prefer the shortcut method. Ay, hindi. Kunin na lang natin. Isa-isahin na lang natin. O, sige. Okay. First and foremost, di ba? Weight of the analyte all over the weight sample times 100. Let's calculate for the weight of the analyte. Ano ba yung weight ng ano ba yung analyte natin, guys? Yung chlorine natin. Ibig sabihin, ang kuha natin dito, this is supposedly weight chlorine equals yung formula natin kanina. Ano yung weight ng precipitate daw? 2.5 grams. Kaso ano yung precipitate, guys? From the problem, that is silver chloride. So, AgCl times molecular weight of our chlorine and molecular weight of our silver chloride. Okay, may stoichiometric ratio ba? Wala, kasi 1:1 ratio lang naman. So, wala tayong natin. Now, let's calculate 2.5 grams times AgCl times the molecular weight of chlorine, which is 35.457 grams per mole, all over the molecular weight of our silver chloride, which is 143.457. Tama ba? Dali lang. I am skeptical. 140.357 dapat yan, guys. 357. 357. Okay. Calculate na natin yung problem. Times. At ang sagot natin dito is 0.618 grams of AgCl. But we are calculating for the weight of the analyte. Ano ba yung weight ng sample natin? Weight ng sample natin is 5 gram. Ibig sabihin, percent chlorine, kasi ang analyte natin is chlorine, is equals to ilan? Ay, AgCl, sorry. It's not AgCl, but rather chlorine. 6.618 grams of chlorine all over the 5.0 grams of our sample times 100. At ito na, i-calculate na natin, divided by 5 times 100, we have an answer of 12.37%. 12.37% Cl in our sample. Now, checkin natin kung tumama tayo. Ayun. So, tumama tayo, guys. Ayan. Okay, take a screenshot na lang, guys, so we can proceed on our next problem. Pwede nyo rin, guys, gamitin yung expanded form. Kunwari dito, gagamitin yung expanded form, guys, para rekta-rekta calculation na tayo. Rekta-rekta. Ito, if you wish to calculate for the for our percent chlorine, para rekta na, ganito gawin ninyo. Percent chlorine, ito, percent chlorine, dito, ayan, di ba? Lagyan nyo na agad ng 5 grams sample dito. 5 gram nung sample and then times 100. Ayan, ma-calculate nyo na yung 12.37% chlorine. So, ganon. Kung gusto niyo ng shortcut method, guys, pero kung isa-isa, you can use this. Ito, yung previous calculation natin. Okay, let's proceed on our next problem. Sabi dito sa problem, guys, calculate the percent phosphorus and percent diphosphorus pentoxide if 1.1682 grams of the ammonium phosphomolybdate, or ito yung formula niya, molecular weight ito, were obtained from 0.2711 grams of fertilizer sample. Okay, another one here is percent analyte problem ulit ang problem na ito. Okay, calculate na natin. Kunin muna natin yung percent P. Now, ano ang kakanin natin? Diba? Weight of the P, or the weight of the analyte, times the weight of the precipitate, which is 1.1682 grams of ammonium molybdate, ayan, times the molecular weight of ito, okay, shortcutin ko na lang na ammonium phosphomolybdate, shortcut na lang to, guys, and then molecular weight of our phosphorus. Pero may magiging kon dito. Ito, ayan. Okay, sige. Ayan. Na kung mapapansin ninyo, is there any ratio ba na kailangan natin sundan? Wala naman, di ba? 1:1 lang sila. So, hindi natin kailangan maglagay dito. Ngayon, let's calculate it further. 1.1682 ammonium phosphomolybdate times the molecular weight of the phosphorus, which is 30.97. Okay, saban ako yan, guys, sa ating periodic table. 97 grams per mole all over 1,858.054 grams per mole equals ilan daw siya? 1.1682 times 30.97 times 1,858.054, that is 0.019. 0.0194 pala, 5 grams. Yan yung weight ng phosphorus natin. To calculate for the percent analyte, shortcutin ko na lang, percent P, di ba? Yun ay weight of the analyte all over the weight of the sample. So, ang panilang natin dito, 0.0195 grams all over the weight of the sample, which is 0.2711 grams times 100 equals to, siya ay 7.18%. Okay. Punta naman tayo sa may ating percent P2O5. Percent P2O5. Same method lang din, guys. Ayan. 1.1682 grams of ammonium phosphomolybdate times the molecular weight ng ating P2O5 times molecular weight ng ating ammonium phosphomolybdate. APMD pala, dapat yon. Okay. Pero dapat, sige, ganun. Pero dito, guys, meron tayong ratio na 2 times 1. Kasi nga, there are 2 phosphorus dito, tapos dito, 1 lang. Ngayon, lalagyan na natin siya dito ng 1, and then 2 dito. Now, let's calculate for it. 1.1682 grams of ammonium phosphomolybdate. Dito, typo lang ito. Ayan. Ammonium phosphomolybdate times the molecular weight, the P2O5, which is, calculate ko lang muna saglit. That is 141.89 grams per mole all over 1,858.054 grams per mole times 2. Yaan. And ang sagot natin, guys, take note, meron tayong multiplier na 2 dito, pero shortcutin ko na lang para save time tayo, times 141.89 times 1858.054 times 2 equals 0.0446 grams. Let's calculate for the percent P2O5, which is 0.0446 grams all over the weight of the sample, which is 0.2711 grams times 100. Saan ba nagaling weight ng the sample? Ayun guys, given siya. Oh. All over, ayan, times 100. Let's calculate for it. 0.2711 times 100. Ang sagot natin is 16.45% P2O5. Now, let's check our answers kung tumama tayo. So, ayan. Ito yung mga sagot natin. Ayan. 7.18% and 16.45. Medyo malayo nga lang dito. Siguro sa pag-rounding up to. But the methods are the same, guys. Ganun lang din. Okay, guys. Take a screenshot so we can proceed on our next problem. Okay. Let's proceed to our sample problem number 5. Ayan. An ore sample is analyzed and found to contain 5.97% manganese. What mass of manganese, trimanganese tetroxide precipitate can be extracted in a 1.52 grams of sample? Okay, ang hinahanap daw natin guys is yung mass ng precipitate. Pero how do we calculate it? Given the mass of the sample in the percent of the sample. Gagamitin natin yung formula guys na percent analyte is equals to weight of the analyte here all over the weight of the sample times 100. Ang given guys is the percent analyte in the weight of the sample to calculate for the weight of the analyte. So, ibig sabihin, weight of the analyte here, kasi ang given is percent analyte and weight sample. Pero, hindi pa yun yung final answer natin. We are calculating for the weight of the analyte. Now, percent analyte here times the weight of the sample divided by 100. Ayan. Let's substitute the values. 5.97 times the weight of the sample, which is 1.52 grams, all over 100 equals to 0.090744 grams. That is the weight of our analyte, guys. Yan yung weight ng analyte natin. Pero how do we calculate for the weight of the precipitate? Ngayon, gagamitin natin ulit yung formula na ito, guys. So, yung formula ang gagamitin natin ay ito. Pero pagbabalik ta rin lang natin siya. Imbis na weight na analyte ang kukunin natin, weight of the precipitate. So therefore, ibaba natin yung gravimetric factor. Ayan. But I will use this shortcut na gagamitin ko para for the convenience. Okay. Now let's calculate for the weight of the precipitate. Equals to weight analyte all over the gravimetric factor. Now pag in-expand natin yan further, the weight of the analyte, mababaliktad na. Nasa baba na yung molecular weight ng analyte. Kasi nga nasa baba yung gravimetric factor, that's the molecular weight of the precipitate. So, ganyan na yung formula natin. Kasi yung kinuha natin is the weight of the precipitate. Now, ano ba yung precipitate natin, guys? yun daw ay manganese trioxide. Manganese, ayun, trimanganese tetroxide. Equals to, ano ba yung analyte natin, guys, dito? Ang analyte daw natin dito, guys, is yung manganese, which is Mn times the molecular weight of the Mn times the molecular weight of Mn 3O4. Now, kung mapapansin niyo, we have to balance the stoichiometric ratio, which is 3 times 1. Substitute the known values. Ano ba yung weight ng analyte natin? Yung manganese. Ito siya, guys. Oh. Ayan. 0.090744 grams manganese times what is the molecular weight of our manganese? Titignan ko lang sa periodic table na manganese. Molecular weight of manganese, that is 54.938. 54.938 grams times 3 grams per mole times 3. And then the manganese trioxide, trimanganese tetroxide, siya ay 228. Nandito naman pala sa taas, ay no. 228.774. 228.774 grams per mole. Ayan, equals ilan kaya ang sagot? Let's calculate 0.090744 times 228.774 all over 54.938 times 3 is equals to 0.125 grams of trimanganese tetroxide. So ito na yung weight ng precipitate natin, guys. 0.125 grams. Now, let's check our answers kung tama tayo. Okay, 0.126. Nakalimutan ko lang siguro i-round off. Yeah, nakalimutan ko lang i-round off, guys. This supposedly 6. 125 na kasi yan eh. Hindi na ako nagra-round off kay Elise. Ayan. It's supposed to be 0.126 grams. So that's how you calculate for the weight of the precipitate when the given is the weight of the sample and the percent of the analyte. Now take a screenshot, guys, so we can proceed on our next problem. Okay, let's proceed to sample problem number 6. Sample problem number 6. Yan, sample problem number 6. Ito yung mahirap, guys, kasi it involves a linear equation into two unknown. Ayan. Linear equations into unknown. Ito, guys. Ito ay mahaba-haba. Now, let's set up our equation here. Let's analyze the problem. A 0.5 grams of feldspar, a mixture of chlorides of potassium and sodium. If chlorides of potassium and sodium yan, guys, ibig sabihin, we have sodium chloride plus potassium chloride. Ilan daw yung weight nila? Weighing 0.1180 grams. Tapos, treatment with silver nitrate furnish 0.2451 grams of silver chloride daw yung na-obtained natin. 0.2451 of silver chloride. Pero walang in-specify, guys, kung ano yung weight ng sodium chloride and potassium chloride. Ang ginawa lang dito, di ba, we have a mixture of chlorides. Let's say this is our sample S. Ito ay winay daw na nagwe-weigh mixture of chlorides sa may sample to, guys, sa may sample. Tapos 1180, nilagyan daw siya ng silver nitrate at nag-yield siya ng 0.2451 grams of silver chloride from the 0.1180 grams. Okay, now how do we set up for this equation? Now, let's treat sodium chloride as X and potassium chloride as y. So we can yield a x plus y is equals to 0.1180 grams of the sample. And then, meron tayo dito, the grams of sodium chloride daw is converted, guys, is converted into silver chloride. Okay? Ibig sabihin, molecular weight of silver chloride all over the molecular weight of sodium chloride kasi siya ay nasa taas plus the grams of the potassium chloride na grams. Yan, para hindi kami ito. Times the molecular weight of silver chloride, silver chloride all over the molecular weight of potassium chloride equals to 0.2451 grams silver chloride. Sir, bakit po silver chloride yung nasa taas? Kasi nga guys, ang total mass natin is only a silver chloride alone from the potassium chloride and sodium chloride mixture. Ibig sabihin, yung sodium chloride natin ay na-convert into silver chloride and yung potassium chloride natin is na-convert into silver chloride din. And ang total mass nila is 0.2451. Now, let's set up this equation more easier. Ayan, baba na tayo. X plus y is equal to 0.1180 grams. This is our equation 1. This is our equation 1. And for our equation 2, x, kasi nga ayan, silver chloride, all over the molecular weight of silver chloride. Ano ba yung molecular weight ng silver chloride natin, guys? Siya ay 143. I will drop the unit na ha. I will drop the unit para mas makabilis. 143.357 all over the molecular weight of sodium chloride, which is 58.457. Ayan, tanggalin natin ito. Plus the y, which is the grams of potassium all over 143.357 all over the weight of the potassium chloride is 39.098 plus 35.457 equal to 74.555 equals to 0.2451 grams. Let's simplify this equation further. Isolve natin to yield a 143.357. To yield a 2.45 to x. Sir, saan nanggaling yung 2.452 pag pinag-divide ito? And then dito naman, plus 1.922. Y. Sir, saan po nanggaling yung 1.1922? Dito siya nanggaling. Equals to 0.2451 grams. And this is our equation 2. Now, paano natin masosolve yung x and y? Ganito yan. From this equation 1, ang gagawin natin dito, we will isolate the y. Isolating y, di ba? Pag tinranspose ko yung x sa kabila, magiging negative. Therefore, y is equals to 0.1180 minus x. If you could recall your algebra, guys, di ba, there are 3 methods involving to solve linear equations into unknown. Meron tayong substitution and 3 methods yun, nakalimutan ko na eh. Pero ang gagawin kong methods yun is a substitution method ang gagawin ko. By which itong equation 1 na to, another form, is substitute ko sa my equation 2. Diba? So ano ba yung y? Dito natin siya ipapasok. Ito. Yung y ay ipapasok natin dito in order to solve for x. Okay, let's solve. Substituting the values, 2.452x plus 1.922 times from the equation 1, guys, ipapasok ko na, 0.1180 minus x is equals to 2.2451. Okay, solving further, 2.452x plus, ilan kaya to? 1.922 times 0.1180 equals to 0.2268 minus 1.922x. Sir, saan ang galing yan? Ayun, no? Pinag-times ko siya dito and then dito. If you could recall your algebra. And then times 0.2451. Now, ayan, no? Kung mapapansin ninyo, we have similar terms dito. Similar terms sila. Okay? Now, let's transpose this into its similar terms. Kapag tinranspose mo to sa kabilang side, siya magiging parang positive, siya magiging negative. Therefore, 2.452x minus 1.922x is equals to 0.2451 minus 0.2268. Let's calculate again. Pag minusin natin doon dalawang to, siya ay 0.53x equals 0.0183. In order to cancel the 0.053, divide both sides with 0.53 to isolate x. And we have our x value na 0.0345. And what is x again, guys? This is the mass of sodium chloride. Now let's calculate for the mass of the potassium chloride, which is siya yung Y. Okay, now, paano ba natin i-calculate yan, guys? Gagamitin natin yung ating equation from our equation 1, which is Y is equals to 0.1180 minus X. Now, calculate na natin is equals to 0.1180 minus X. Substituting the X values here, 0.1180 minus 0.0345 is equals to 0.0835 grams. That is the weight of our potassium chloride. Pero hindi pa tayo tapos niyan, guys. Kasi ang hinihingi sa problem, calculate the percent sodium oxide and potassium oxide in the sample. Ibig sabihin, itong sodium chloride na to, i-convert pa natin into the weight of sodium oxide, and ito naman is convert natin sa weight ng potassium oxide. Sir, paano niyo po nalaman yung chemical formula ng sodium oxide and potassium oxide? Guys, ito ay na-encounter ninyo sa naming of inorganic compounds sa general chemistry. So, I expecting na alam nyo yun. Okay, let's convert the mass of sodium oxide. Diba? Ito yung magiging analyte natin and ito yung magiging precipitate natin. So, grams of sodium chloride times the molecular weight of sodium chloride times the molecular weight of sodium oxide. Don't forget the stoichiometric ratio, 2/1. So, times 2 dito. Yan. And then for the grams of potassium oxide equals to grams of potassium chloride times the molecular weight of potassium oxide all over the molecular weight of KCl. Another again, ratio, so times 2. Now, let's calculate for both. Okay, substituting the known values, which is 0.0345 times, what is the molecular weight? 61.99. I will drop the units na grams per mole all over the molecular potassium chloride, 58.457 times 2. And you will calculate for it. Let's calculate. 61.99 all over 58.457 times 2. That is, ang weight daw niya is 0.0183. grams sodium oxide. Next, potassium chloride. The mass of potassium chloride here is 0.0835 grams times grams dito, times the molecular weight of potassium oxide, which is 39.0. 28 times 2 plus 15.89. 94.186. I will drop the unit, guys, all over the molecular weight of our potassium chloride, 74.555 times 2 equals to, solving, equals 0.0527 grams potassium oxide. Daw, dyan pa lang natin ipapasok yung weight nung sample natin. Ano ba yung weight ng sample natin? 0.5 grams. Now, let's calculate for the percent of sodium oxide and percent of potassium oxide. Ilan yung mass ng ating sodium oxide? 0.0183. Kasi di ba yan yung nag-serve as analyte, di ba? Analyte all over the weight of the sample, which is 5.0 grams times 100. Tama ba? 5.0 grams. 0.5 grams pala, sorry. 0.5 grams. May mistake, guys. Sorry. 0.5 grams times 100 equals 3.66% sodium oxide, and for the potassium oxide, ilan? 0.0527 grams all over 0.5 grams times 100 equals 10.54% potassium oxide. Now, let's check our answers. Ayan. So, tumama tayo sa sagot natin. Ayan. So, take a screenshot, guys, so we can proceed on our next problem. Okay, screenshot 1. Screenshot 2. Screenshot 3. And screenshot 4. Okay, guys, see you in the part 3 of our problems of this lecture, guys. Kasi marami pa tayong solving and I think tumatagal na. So see you on the part 3 of our lecture, guys, and thank you for listening. And goodbye.